So if you've been following along over on my Instagram, you'll know that for the last few months I've been trying out the XEEN CF lenses from Samyang. Now, I'm a huge fan of Samyang lenses. I've been using the VDSLR original Samyang Cine lenses for pretty much the whole of 2021, and I've been thoroughly impressed with the value and image quality from these little lenses. So my busy time is more April onwards, it being February. I haven't got a great deal to shoot at the moment, which is fine because I'm kind of catching up in admin, taking bookings for the rest of the year and next year and that kind of thing. So I thought I would get in touch with my friend Dan Blackburn. He is a stuntman and gymnast, to put the XEEN lenses through their paces, both on a gimbal and on my handheld rig, and see how they perform, kind of run and gun scenario, all natural light, and just try out a range of different focal lengths and just see how they look. So I've been dabbling with different Cine lenses for a little while, and it kind of made sense to me to go from the VDSLRs to the XEEN CF, so I wanted to give them a go. Samyang very kindly sent me a full set of these for evaluation and to let them know how they compared to the more entry-level VDSLR lenses. So the XEEN CF lenses come in a 16, a 24, a 35, a 50 and an 85mm focal lengths, and I'll definitely recommend getting them as a set of 5 because they come in this really handy carry case, and that makes carting them around a lot easier, also keeps them safe, and they all fit in there, and there's space for 2 extra bits as well, either another 2 lenses or some accessories if you want to take those with you as well. They're available in EF mount, PL mount and E mount for Sony, so there'll definitely be a version that will fit your camera. I am using the EF mount for Canon, which I'm adapting to my Panasonic S series. So with the original ones, the VDSLRs, they are really small, really light, plastic body. I actually picked these up secondhand from a local DOP, and I didn't really know what to expect from them, but having used them pretty much on every single wedding and shoot that I've shot for most of 2021, I've been really happy with these. So naturally, I was looking for that next step up in professionalism, image quality, build quality, and all of those things when you're looking to upgrade a lens. And I thought, well, the XEENs from Samyang, being made by the same manufacturer, and given how happy I was with these, I thought it would be the natural next step for me to try those out. So first off, CF stands for compact and flexible. Now the weight and size of these lenses means that they are really suitable for a lot of shooting environments. So you can actually use them on a gimbal like I've been using, you can use them handheld. They can also be mounted on drones as well, because most of them are about 1 kilo or less in weight. They've also got this nice carbon fibre detailing to them too, which I think looks really cool. And you know, when you rock up to a shoot and you've got a proper set of Cine lenses, they look the part as well. I'm going to be sharing my experience with these lenses as a set, because I think if you're going to be investing in a set of Cine lenses, and they are an investment because they're going to last you a long time, it does make sense to go for the 5, makes them a little bit cheaper as well. And like I showed you earlier, you get the case to put them in. And the benefit of choosing a set of Cine lenses is that you know that they're all going to have consistent colour, and focus gears are all going to match across the range as well. So it does make sense just to go for the set of 5. Does work out a little bit cheaper as well. All of the XEEN CF lenses have a maximum t-stop of 1.5, which means they are great in low light, with the exception of the 16mm, which is t2.6, and that is plenty bright enough for such a wide angle lens. So if you have seen some of the other reviews that I've done on YouTube, you'll know that I've been trying out different Cine lenses for about a year now. I think I finally found something that is both small and light enough to fit on my gimbal, and I shoot on the DJI RS2 pretty much all of the time when I'm shooting weddings or when I'm doing music videos. Pretty much my camera is mounted on that gimbal, so to have something that is small and light enough to fit on there without it being too heavy is a real bonus. And also I'm using the DJI 3D focus system, which is like a LiDAR based follow focus. You know about that, I talk about it all the time, I don't shut up about it, it's great. And being able to swap the lenses over quickly without having to rebalance everything, because they've all got the consistent gears, makes things a lot quicker when I'm swapping lenses. I'm going to be completely honest, I am not the most technical person when it comes to specs of lenses. For me, the most important thing is actually how the image looks, and I don't necessarily mean the image quality, but some lenses just have a certain thing about them where you can see that there is a quality aspect to the footage, and that is something that I really noticed with these compared to the cheaper Samyang VDSLR ones that I've been using. They've just got a bit more of like a commercial look to them. It's really hard to describe, and I think unless you're actually editing the footage, it's not something that you're going to notice the difference, say like on Instagram or on YouTube, for example. But when reviewing the footage, and I shoot a lot on the 50mm and the 35, those are my two favourite focal lengths, there was just this kind of like creaminess to them, and also the way that the highlights bloom, they just look really kind of dreamy, but also not too soft. They're super sharp from corner to corner, but they just have a really nice commercial look. And I guess as a filmmaker, we are always striving for the, and I hate to say the word cinematic, but given the fact that we're using kind of entry-ish level cine cameras or cinema cameras, mirrorless hybrid cameras, we just want our content to look like it cost £100,000 each time we shoot. And these lenses give me that kind of look that I'm looking for. And it's really hard to describe. You kind of know it when you see it, and when you're editing and you're color grading, especially I'm shooting in 10-bit, and just being able to see that difference in terms of how high-end it looks, I guess. And for me, that's really important. And I've been through so many different lenses, and some, like I've been trying zoom lenses, they just don't give me that look, and that's why I prefer to stick with a set of primes. A good solid set of primes is kind of what I think every filmmaker should have, and having the added bonus of them all being similar size and weight just makes things so much easier. So definitely having a good set of lenses is going to be a great investment for any filmmaker. So let's talk about price. So Cine lenses can cost absolute fortunes, but they are something, you know, that you're going to invest in and you're going to have for a long time. And if you buy them in a mount like PL mount or EF mount, that's something that you can adapt to other camera bodies. So even if your camera changes in future, you'll be able to take your lenses with you. Now the VDSLRs, like I said, these are super cheap. I picked these up secondhand. You can get these for a few £100. The XEEN CF lenses, especially if you're buying a set, they do make financial sense as an investment. And I think for the build quality and the image that you get out of them, they are superb value for money. This year, I really want to do a lot more handheld shooting. I think handheld kind of works really well with more narrative stuff, storytelling, and I think there's definitely a time and a place for it. And I've become so dependent on my gimbal that I think having some good quality Cine lenses to mount onto both my gimbal and my handheld rig is definitely going to be a big bonus for me this year. I was really impressed with how compact and light they were, and being able to just swap them over between camera bodies without any issues. The focus gears were all in the same place. They were sturdy. There was we had dusty environments as well, where Dan was kind of rubbing his hands with some chalk and the camera was covered in dust and chalk. On my travels this year, I can take these lenses with me and not worry if they take a few knocks, take a few splashes, and I know that they're going to withstand anything that I throw at them. I think they are the logical next step for me. You know, I've been so impressed with the original VDSLR lenses. It makes sense for me to upgrade to the XEEN CF, so I think I'm going to be putting my VDSLRs up for sale pretty soon. If you want to check out the video that we shot, the link is in the description below. And you know, I think that my quest for finding the perfect Cine lenses for me is complete. I think I found them. And I know that XEEN are bringing out some anamorphic lenses as well later on this year, which is really exciting because I've been trying a bit of anamorphic and I really love the look of that. So to have both XEEN and anamorphic together, that is like my dream come true. As always, if you've got any questions or comments, let me know below and I'll do my best to answer them for you. I just want to say a massive thank you to you for watching, because the last few years have been insane. Like, I'm so grateful for everybody's comments, every subscriber, every time someone follows and Instagram messages me about my YouTube videos. I'm so grateful. I've been really just surprised by everyone's kind words on my work, and this kind of started as a hobby a few years ago and then quickly turned into a job. So, you know, I'm just wanted to say thank you, and I am eternally grateful for your kind words and support, and I'm really looking forward to showing you what I've got in store this year. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Yes, amazing. I'm going to be doing all of this stuff by next year. You don't believe me, do you? Just watch. Just watch.